Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Coders Arcade. In today's video, I will be showing you how to write data into Excel files. For that, we will be using the WPS Office software application. Before starting the video, I would like to request to people to please like and share our videos and subscribe to our channel Coders Arcade and press the bell icon so that you receive notifications regarding our latest updates. Thank you. So let's get started. So let me show you my earlier program where I showed you how to read data from an Excel file. And here is our Excel file as I showed you in my earlier program. This is the Excel file, and here we have the sheets info, product, student, and the final sheet 4 is vacant, as you can see here. So we read data from this Excel file and we got the output in the PyCharm console. So let me show you the program. Here in PyCharm, you can see this was the Excel file, as you can see here, Excel tutorial.xlsx, and then we had this Python file readexcel.py, and here we use the Openpyxl module, and then we created our workbook variable where we loaded the workbook, as you can see here, Excel tutorial.xlsx, and then we created a variable sheets where we saw the names of our sheets, and then finally I showed you three methods by which you can read the values from the cells in an Excel file. So this was the method 1 where we use the workbook, and then we use the name of our sheets and the cell names, and then use the dot operator, then gave value and got the output. And then in the method 2, we use the sheet or the sheet 1, which I created here. As you can see, this sheet 1 had the sheet info, which is my first sheet, as you can see in this Excel file. And then what I did was I used the cell method by using the dot operator, and then we use the row and the column numbers. The row number was 4 and the column number was 3, and then we use the dot value method so that we could print the value in that particular cell. And in the method 3, we created another sheet 2 variable where we took the second sheet, as you can see here, product. Let me show you that sheet. Here it is, product, and then we read this decimal value from this Excel file. And then what I did was I created two variables, rows and columns, and then I used my sheet 1 variable. Then after the dot operator, I used max underscore row, and for columns I used max underscore column, so that I could print the number of rows and the number of columns by using this print statements. And finally, to read all the data from that sheet, what I did was I used nested for loops, and inside that I used my loop variables, as you can see here, by using the cell method, and then I read the values. So when I run this program, I got the values. Let me show you. I'm running it, and you can see these are the particular values of that Excel sheet. So let me show you that thing. Here is my Excel file, and these are the values of this info sheet, sheet 1. Let me show you again. This is the program here, and this is the sheet 1 variable which referred to our first sheet, as you can see here, workbook info, and from this we read all the values. Now I will show you how to write data into an Excel sheet. So for that, what I will do is I will take my sheet 1 variable, and then I will use the cell method, and inside the parenthesis I will give the row and the column numbers, and then I will say row equal to, say, suppose, let me show you the Excel file once again. Here in this row I want values, so let me take some dummy names and some dummy values for this rows and this cells. So what I will do is I will go to my PyCharm again, and here I will give the row number to be 5, and then the column number to be 1, and then we can also provide the value is equal to, let the first value be say David, and let me just copy this thing, and here I will just paste this in 3 lines, and I will just change the column number to 2, and here I will make it 3, and let me just change the values. So this value, let it be the address, let it be MG Road, and let the value for this cell be, let it be say 5. Now we have one option called workbook, which is my variable workbook. Then we have one option called save, and here you can see it asks me the file name. So inside the parenthesis, if I provide the name of my particular Excel file, as you can see here, Excel tutorial.xlsx, then it will override the values in this current Excel file. Let me show you how to do it. I will just name my file .xlsx, and now if I run this, let me show you what will happen. I'm running it, and let me just do one thing. I will open this Excel file. For that, I will right click, and you can see this option, open in Explorer, and here you can see, let me maximize it. I will just open it, and let me just maximize this thing also. Okay, you can see here in the 5th row we have got values updated in this cell, David, MG Road, and 5. Let me show you the program once again. So you can see David, MG Road, and then the value 5 have been updated. So here you can check. So this is the one, yeah, David, MG Road, and 5. So let me just close it, and let me close the earlier one as well. So now if you want to create a new Excel file and save it, what you need to do is, you can do it by giving the name, say updated file.xlsx, and now if I run this, so let me just show you. You can see in this directory where I have written my readexcel.py file, you can see I have another file which is the updated file.xlsx. So if I open it, open in Explorer, and if I show it to you, so let me maximize it, and this is the updated file. As you can see here, I will just open it for you. So here you can see this is the name, updated file.xlsx, and here are the new values which are David, MG Road, and 5. So it is working perfectly. So this is an example. Let me just close it and close this window as well. And here this is an example where you can load an Excel file, and then you can update the values to the existing Excel file, and also you can save it to a new file if you want. Then suppose if you want to create a new Excel file, then what you have to do is, I will just show you. Let me just create another Python file here. So here in this same directory, I will create one new Python file, and let me give the name write to Excel, and then press enter. So here I will write everything from scratch so that you can understand properly. So here I will use the from import statement, and then what I will do is, from Openpyxl I will import the workbook class. Then I will create an instance or an object workbook of this class, which is the workbook class. and then I have to give the parenthesis. So if you are not familiar with object-oriented programming, you can go to the link in the description. I will give you the video link where we have explained the object-oriented programming concepts in Python very well. So you can go to that video and brush up your skills regarding object-oriented programming. So here what I have done is I have done the process of instantiation, and I have created an instance or an object called the workbook, which will belong to this class workbook. So now suppose if I want to print the title of my active sheet, what I can do is I will use the print statement, and then I can call my workbook object, and then I can use the dot operator and give active dot title. So when I run this, I will be getting the name of my active sheet. So let me run it for you. I will right click and then I will run write to Excel. So here you can see it is sheet. So let me just tell you what is actually happening here. So I will open my WPS Office application, and here if I go to spreadsheets, and now if I open suppose a blank Excel sheet, here you can see that the first sheet is named sheet 1, and this will be the active sheet by default. So this is what actually is happening in my program here. So when I print the workbook.active.title, it is actually printing the title of the active sheet. So here in the run console window, I'm getting this sheet as the name of that title. So now if I want to print the sheet names, what I can do is I can use the print statement, and then I can use my workbook object, and then I can use the dot operator and use the method sheet names, as you can see here. So now if I run it, I will get the sheets. So let me run it. So here you can see the sheet names is actually only one sheet, which is here, sheet, as you can see here. So this is what actually is happening here. Whenever we create a blank workbook, then the first sheet will be active, and this is actually displayed in this program after I run it. So you can see in the run window, this is the name of the sheet, which is sheet. So let me just comment these 2 lines of code so that you don't get confused. And now let me give a title to my first sheet. So for that I will call my workbook object, and then inside square braces and inside quotes I will give the name of my sheet, as you saw in this console. As you can see here, this is the name of the sheet. So after that I can assign a title to this sheet. So let me give the dot operator, and if I write title equal to, and inside quotes I can give any name to this sheet. So let it be suppose a progress card for some students. I want to make a progress card or a result card for the students. So let it be progress card, and then let me create a sheet 1 variable, and here what we can do is we can say that this sheet 1 will be the active sheet. So for that we have to call our workbook, and then we have to use the dot operator and assign this active. So with this we can say that this sheet 1 will be the active sheet. Now after that what we need to do is we have to create a sheet object so that we can input data into our Excel file. So for that what I will do is I'll use my sheet 1 variable, and then inside square brackets I will give the name of the cells. So first will be A1, and then I can assign values. So value is equal to, say, as I said, I am making a progress card for students. So let the first cell be student name, and let me just copy this thing because I will be doing the same thing for many number of cells. So here now as it is A1, Then for the second cell, it will be B1, and then for the third cell, it will be C1. Similarly, it will be A2, B2, and C2. And finally, it will be A3, B3, and C3. Now, for the second column, what I will do is, I will take the marks. So let it be marks. And for the third column, let it be the result, which may be pass or fail. And so in the second row, I have to give the name of the student. So let it be, say, David. And then this will be the marks. So let it be around, say, 65. And then this will be the result, which will be either pass or fail. So let it be pass. And here I have made a mistake. This should be outside of quotes so that it is recognized as a number or an integer. Then here again, this will be the name of the student, and it should be, say, suppose Robert, and this will be the marks, and it should be outside quotes. So let the marks be, say, 25, and this will be the result. So if it is 25, let it be, say, fail, capital F. Okay, now this is done. So here, this is an entirely new workbook. So if I have to save it, what I need to do is, I have to call my workbook object, then use the save method. And here, suppose I want to save it with a different name, then what I will do is, I will give a name inside quotes. Say the name is, suppose, result dot xlsx. And now if I run this, I will get a new workbook, which is result. Let me run it for you. So here, let me just show you one thing. We are not printing anything here. So when I run this, and inside in the console, you can see there is nothing printed in the console. It just says process finished with exit code 0. That means our program has no errors. So it is all good. Now here you can see inside my Excel tutorial directory, we have got a new Excel file, which is result.xlsx. Now let me just open it in the Explorer so that I can show you. So here you can see this is the result workbook. I will open it, and let me just zoom it for you. Okay, so here you can see this is the name progress card as we provided. Let me show you here. So this is the name progress card, and these are the results or the values: David 65, pass, and Robert 25, and then fail. So let me just cross verify. Here you can see David 65 and pass, and here Robert 25 and fail. So this is working all perfectly. Now suppose you want to save the same workbook in desktop. So for that, what you need to do is, let me just comment this part out, and again I will use my workbook object, then use the dot save method, and inside the parenthesis I have to provide the proper destination address so that I can save it to my desktop. So for that, I will just go to my desktop, and here you can see this is the earlier file which I created here, which is Excel tutorial. I will just right click on this, and then I will go to properties, and here you can see this is the address or the location. So I will just copy it, and I will close it, and then I will go to my PyCharm again, and here inside quotes I will provide this address. But you can see that it is getting a gray color highlighted text. So that means this address is not proper. So for that, what we need to do is, we need to give double backward slash. Then only the address will be correctly read. So I'm giving the double backward slashes here, here also, and let it be here also. So after this desktop, we have to provide the name of our file. So let the name of the file be, say, final.xlsx. So now if I run this program, you will see that we will have one final.xlsx workbook in our desktop. So let me run it. So here there is nothing printed and we don't have any errors in our program. So now let me go to the desktop, and here you can see this is the final Excel sheet or the Excel file. Let me open it and let me just zoom it for you. And here you can see we have all these values: David 65, pass, Robert 25, and fail. So this is how you can create a new Excel file and also write data to it. As you can see, we have this data: David 65, Robert 25, pass and fail, and then we save this file to the desktop by using this process. As you can see here, this is the way, and you need to remember that you have to provide double backward slashes here, otherwise you will not be able to save the location properly. Now let me provide you a real-time scenario so that you can understand more about writing data to Excel files and in a very good way. So suppose we need to highlight the cells using colors so that we can distinguish the results. What I mean is, if I go to my Excel file once again, and this is the one final, and here suppose here this pass and fail are two cells, and what I need to do is I just want to say that if the student has passed, then this color will be highlighted in green, and if the student has failed, then the color will be highlighted in red. So for that we can do it manually by going to this option, fill color, and then I can go to this option where we have the green color and I can click on this, and you can see this is turned green. And similarly for this cell also, if I go to fill color and if I put it to red, it will be automatically turned red. But this has been done manually by us by going to this option. What if we want to do the same thing by automating it with the help of Openpyxl and Python? So for that, what we need to do is, let me tell you, we have to use a class known as the pattern fill. So for that, let me show you what we have to do. I will go to my browser and here I will type working with styles in Openpyxl and press enter. So here you can see we have this working with styles Openpyxl 3.0.7 documentation. If I click on this, so if I scroll down, you can see here this is the pattern fill class. If we use this, we can provide colors to the cells. So for that, this is the syntax, as you can see here, from openpyxl.styles import pattern fill. So I will do that. So here in my PyCharm, if I go on top and I have to import from openpyxl.styles, I have to import the class which is pattern fill. And then, as I said, let me go to my Excel file once again. Here you see this is the cell which is C2. I want it to be green, and this is the cell C3. I want it to be red. So let me again go to my PyCharm, and here this is C2, and after this what I will do is I will call my sheet1 variable, and then inside square brackets I will give the name of my cell which is C2, and then I will use the dot fill method, then equal to, I have to call my pattern fill class. As you can see, as I type P, the pattern fill option gets suggested. Then if I press enter, and inside the parenthesis, first you can see it is asking me for the pattern type. Then it is asking me for the FG color or the foreground color. So in the double quotes, I will provide the pattern type, which is solid, and after the comma, I will give FG color equal to, but here the question is we have to know the color codes. So for that, what we need to do is I will go again to my browser, and here I will open one new tab, and then we need to go to this website, which is htmlcolorcodes.com, and press enter. So now you can see we are into this page and we have all the colors here. So if I drag this bar down and if I go to the screen, you can see I'm getting this green color. Let me just go to a darker color. So here you can see this is a color code. I will just copy it, and then I will go to my PyCharm again, and here inside double quotes I will paste this color code. So this was the green color, and similarly if I copy this thing, and now for the fail cell I want the color to be red, so I will paste this thing here, and similarly what I need to do is I have to change this thing here. It will be C3, and then the pattern type will be solid and the foreground color will be the red color. So for that I have to copy the red color. Let me just go back to my browser, and if I scroll this bar up, and here you can see this is the red color. Okay, and if I copy this thing, and again if I go to my PyCharm and if I paste this, so with this I have done the similar thing. So for this is green, and for this is red. So now what I will do is I will not save this. Let me just close this file, and it will ask me the option to save or not. So I will not save it. Now I will minimize this and also minimize my PyCharm and this browser, and let me just delete this file which was created earlier, and let me go to my PyCharm again. Now this work is done, so let me just run it for you once again. I'm running it. So here you can see there is no error in our code, and it is printing nothing because we are not using any print statement here. We are just changing the colors of the cells. So now if I go to my desktop, and you can see again the final Excel sheet has been created, and now if I open this, you can see that it has been changed. So here the color for pass is green and the color for fail is red. So this is how you can automate the colors in the cells in an Excel file. As I said, you have to go to the browser, and then you have to go to this website, which is htmlcolorcodes.com. You don't need to worry about it. I will give the link in the description so that you can follow it. So let me go to my PyCharm again. So here, as you saw, we use the Openpyxl module from which we imported the workbook. Then we created a variable or an instance of the class workbook. Then we created a sheet 1. Inside the sheet 1, we created the cells and we provided the values, which are the student names, and the name of the sheet was progress card. And finally, to distinguish between the pass and fail cells, what I did was I used the color code by importing the pattern field class, and then by using the fill method and using this color codes. As you saw, this is the color code for green and this is the color code for red. And finally, we saved the workbook to our desktop. So this is how you can write data into a new Excel file which you have created on your own. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, please share it with your friends and do comment in the comment section. And if you have any doubts regarding the video, post your comments in the comment section. I will try to solve your queries and your doubts. See you in our next video.